Good afternoon, everyone. It's the Trauma Grandma coming at you from the other side. Today's topic is one that is near and dear to my heart: self care. Self care can be really hard when you have things to do, when you're struggling with a sense of self or looking at it as a reward for good behavior. That kind of thinking, while it's suggested by some, tends to only make things worse. Self care isn't something that you should treat yourself to only after you've gotten everything done. Imagine you're a waitress with a pitcher. The things you need to do are the glasses throughout the diner. If you're halfway empty, the answer isn't finish filling all the glasses. You may not even have enough to get a portion of them done. And having to go back when you're not closest to the filling station can end up taking more time than if you had just stopped along the way. However, sometimes we also struggle with understanding what we need. There are things that can be done for self care that, when done incorrectly, become more of a hassle than they were a help. We might say, I'm going to go watch a YouTube video, give myself a brain break. Ended up down a rabbit hole, not getting anything else done for the day. Or we'll take a nap, and instead of sleeping for 30 minutes, we'll sleep for hours, and it'll throw off our sleep schedule, and we'll get nothing done. Even something like, I'll take a walk outside, can become tainted if the whole time you spend it ruminating on what you have to do. This is one area that I find schedules for self care come in handy. The base model is a 4-pronged system. B stands for body. What have you physically done for yourself in this check-in period? Have you stretched? Have you eaten? Things like that follow under this category. A is for achievement. Achievement is different for everyone. It may be as simple as making your bed or responding to an email. It could be that you finished an assignment or that you got a certain amount of words done on your novel. C, well, that's connection. An area that a lot of people overlook when it comes to self-care is our connection to things around us. Connection may be that you texted a friend, had an enjoyable phone call, hung out with someone, or even just going down to the coffee shop and sharing a smile. What makes us feel connected as individuals is a wide range, but it's important that we foster that feeling and help it grow, lest we become disconnected and even more stressed out. Finally, we get to E, enjoyment. Have you done something you enjoy? Maybe this happens simultaneously with one of the other letters. Maybe you had a snack and it was your favorite snack. Maybe you made that phone call to a friend. I know it can seem silly to schedule enjoyment into our lives, but these small moments of happiness can help boost our mental health in general throughout the day. The idea is to check in with yourself and see if you're doing these things regularly. Aim to check in at least 3 times a day to see if you're hitting each section. When we first begin our self-care adventure, the idea is to make intentional steps forward, having a well-rounded sense of wellness with the hope that in the future it won't have to be so intentional. I know it can feel silly and orchestrated to sit down in the morning and go, okay, by lunchtime I need to have at least done one thing in each of these categories. What are some things I can do to make myself happy? By doing these things intentionally for a while, we increase the amount that we do these small steps when we're not thinking about them. Remember that healing is often made up of a lot of little plus ones. Bonus tip: a break isn't a break if you spend the whole time upset. When we notice that we have long periods where we slack off or goof off, but aren't enjoying ourselves because we're beating ourselves up, well, that's a time to take a big step back and put things into perspective. Beating ourselves up doesn't get ourselves anywhere, and that doesn't mean that we can't have goals, that we can't aim for better. But what's actually happening here is negative reinforcement of the act we enjoy and adding to the startup cost of the act that we should be doing. If you watch an hour's worth of cat videos on YouTube, but get no emotional enjoyment from it because you're too busy hating yourself, that isn't self-care, or even really procrastination. It's spiraling thoughts. It can be easy to blame the means, in that example, the cat video, but you weren't continuing to click on them because you didn't want to do your work or because you loved cat videos so much. You did it because you were in a rut. Learning to catch ourselves when we're in these ruts and change gears is a huge boon to our ability to be productive and also take care of ourselves. The next time you find yourself in one of those spots, step away. Physically. Change rooms, step outside, get a glass of water, and then take a moment to think of one small thing you could do. Have a huge test you're studying for but find daunting? Just agree to go and get the book. Need to clean your room? Get a trash bag. Don't feel bad if you have to mentally coax yourself through this, and there's no shame in mentally congratulating yourself for the smallest of steps. It's okay to be like, alright, I did it. I did the thing. I got the bag. Woo! Now I'm gonna put 5 pieces of trash in it. All right, yeah, I did that. Now I'm gonna do some more. It can feel really silly, but it's at least 150% more likely to get you through the cleaning process than having a mental matter of how much you hate cleaning and how much you hate yourself the whole time. Plus, it's a proven fact that doing things that we're able to do easily helps us do more creative and harder tasks. Have a favorite self care tip that you want to share? Comment below. That's all for now, folks. As always, take care of yourself today, okay?